Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Divine honor some other apostles, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect, the Bacharim, the house of David, that's been preordained, predestined to be delivered in these last times and to be the ruling and governing body of the nation, Yashallah. I want to go into a lesson, and this is New York in the 1920s, as you can see on the screen. Okay, this is New York in the 1920s. It's in color. I'm gonna turn it up just so you can hear it. And you can see, I'm turn it down a little bit. Alright. Just want to give you that full, like as you're in there, that full atmosphere. But as you can see, Babylon, America, New York City, especially in this case, in this video, it was at its prestige state in this era, around this time in the 1920s. Look at how everyone was dressing. Everyone was well groomed, well dressed. The streets were clean. This is New York City now. Now look at New York City today. All right. Imagine how clean it was back then. No women showing all their body parts. Men were looking and walking, and you can see that everyone was in a better state, all right? But men were men back then. It just seemed normal, seemed simple, all right? Everything was more simple back then. And I want to get some scriptures because it will never go back to this, ever. All right? It was great times during this era, and of course later on the Great Depression came and hit, and some states suffered more than others. All right, it was good back then, especially for Edomites, because this is their kingdom. All right, now Jacob was always suffering, especially worse in other states like the South, but even in this state, New York, and this city, New York City, Jake was still facing discrimination, of course. All right, but yeah, overall, everything was better. The food, quality of life. You see, this is during the well, actually, let me look that up. The Industrial Revolution, real quick. I'm gonna get some scriptures too. I just want to show you this because America was at its prestige, at its peak around this time. And it will never go back to that, all right, ever. It will be destroyed with nuclear missiles. It says the first industrial revolution between 1750 and 1850, and the second industrial revolution between 1850 and 1914. So this is just a little after the industrial revolution. That's why everything was just so.
I am here to tell you today that your feelings are valid. Your trauma is valid. Your hurt is your.
Everything was at its. Turn down a little bit. Everything was at its, at its height, at its peak. All right. From the buildings, Okay, you had more at this time period. You had more advanced technology. Automobiles, as you can see. All right, that's a bus. You see these cars. All right, everything looked clean and well kept. Okay. So let's get some scriptures now. Okay. This is Jeremiah 51, and I'm going to start at verse 6. Actually, I'll start at verse 5. For Israel had not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. That's why we got kicked out of that land, because we sinned against our Heavenly Father. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, aka America, spiritually, not physically. But don't be attached to this place once you come to this truth. And we know that. All right, and it's an everyday battle. All right. And it says, and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is a time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Why? Because of what Babylon promotes, its wickedness, its philosophies throughout the world, what it's done to the apple of the Most High, his children, the Israelites. What they done to the Native Americans. All right, brought our brothers over here as slaves, and now all Jacob's over here, every tribe, from Judah to Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Simeon, Gad, Reuben, Manasseh, Issachar, Asher, okay, Zebulun, Benjamin, you see Naphtali, Ephraim, Manasseh, okay, all the tribes are over here. And this devil has put total hell on our people. All right? It's too much blood that was shed on this land. Okay? And this place will be destroyed. And it's at its worst. Babylon is so wicked. Again, look at this place. Look at New York, as you can see. I never been there, so I don't know where this is at. Maybe brothers that's from there, or sisters that's from there, might recognize some places. Maybe not. But it look clean. Look at that. Now it smells, all right, just like any big city. It's dirty. All right, buildings are old. They're not well kept. You see? It says, and the Lord is going to destroy this place. That's the recompense. It's going to be the nuclear missiles. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, right, with its philosophies, democracy, all right, being, LG, whatever alphabet group, you can do all this wickedness, do what thou will, basically, all right? That's what America is, and wants to promote that philosophy throughout the world. Be wicked, all right? These Edomites that rule this place, that rule this kingdom, the elites, they're a wicked people, all right? And they're ruling, and the whole world is vibrating off a wicked vibration, okay? And America is the epicenter of all that. And it says, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad, all right? Took on America's philosophies, its customs, all right? You see, that's why some countries like in the Middle East have denied America's presence. Like, no, because all you want to do is come here, take our land, turn our people out, so our women can be whores, our children can be through and weak, all right? Our sons can be effeminate, all right? This is the truth, and I gotta say certain words because YouTube will flag this video, and I'm saying nothing but truth, all right? It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. A howl for her, take balm for her pain, and so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. And these people that come over here into this, to this land, all right, that have children over here in their first generation, they're going to go back to their own country real soon. Once they see the collapse of this place happening more and more, and you have all these fluctuations of migrants coming over here, some of them are actually going back home. They're like, hell no, like in, I believe it was like a Venezuelan immigrants that were in Chicago that went back because it was too cold. They weren't used to it. And it says, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Right. But it says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Okay. They will never go back to the state, as you can see. All right, let me turn up a little bit. They'll never go back to the state. Let me get Isaiah the 4th chapter. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay. Isaiah. Actually, no, 14. It's a lot. Isaiah 14, verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased, right? And that's America. And again, it's like unto a golden city because, especially during this time in the 1920s, this was when America was at its peak, actually. I believe they were even still using the gold standard. All right? Okay? Because, they took gold out, I believe, in the 1970s completely. You see, but, this is when it was at its peak. Okay? And this place is falling. Babylon is through. Okay, again, it stinks. Crime is going up. This place is crumbling, man. People are losing their minds. Businesses, establishments are going out. All right. Certain states are getting hit with all types of storms, and it's coming from on high. And he's using the Esau as a sword. All right, with his whole heart machine. Crops and farms being devastated. Okay. There's a rise in homelessness, all throughout the country. Okay. This place is getting torn apart. You see? So, and with that, actually, hold on, let me see if there was any more Salaki. So, yeah, with that, all right, Lord willing, this was edifying. All right, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Bracha HaKodash, the honor some of the apostles, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect. And with that, Shalom.